Last episode, we failed horribly at trying to earn some fucking money. This episode, we can speak to Bew about Cologne, so, it's going from heights to heights, really. You wear too much cologne! He shifted nervously. I figured he'd be offended, but that only postponed this conversation because it had to be said. You don't take showers nearly as often as you should. Is this the bit where we're just open and honest with each other for a while? No fake persona. There's always going to be fake personas to a certain extent. Do I stink? He didn't reply. The answer's no. If you say so. Wait, what? Are you implying that Come here! Tell me the truth. Is it too much? Your cologne? Yes, I can see it streaming off you. He looked down as if he would too. He shook his head. Okay, I trust your judgment. I guess if it's the only thing which is overriding the BO, it must be pretty fucking bad. Really? Unless you're joking. Nope. Bien. Do I smell? This conversation is getting very uncomfortable. Yes or no, big boy? I don't know. Well, just come over here and I'm... Anosmic? I don't know what that is. I blinked at him. Was that slang for something? There's a difference between not knowing what it is and not even knowing that it could be a slang? A nose what? I can't smell. What? I reached up to poke his nose and he gently removed my hand. Does it hurt? Of course not. It's like being born blind or deaf. I guess not everyone can be born with some sort of intelligence, except I am not allowed to complain. Jeez. I thought he was layering on the perfume because he thought the girls liked it or something. Be sympathetic with the guy here. Come on. I'm sorry about that. Don't be. Actually, pity those who can smell. From what I can tell, there are far more unpleasant smells than good ones. Yeah, to be fair. But the ones that do smell good are totally worth it. Really? Oh no. I'm one of those weird people who likes the smell of garlic. So, you couldn't trust my smelling judgments. If you're trying to make me feel bad, I've already been through that phase, so stop. This is a whole world of interesting. Can you taste food? Yes, I believe. He took off his glasses to rub his eyes. Can we stop with the questions for now? He doesn't know even if he can taste food? That's trippy. And he must do to a certain extent. I think what he's trying to say is he doesn't know if he can taste food in the same way that others can. That's why I'm choosing to interpret it. Okay. I told you that in confidence, so please don't abuse it. How do you abuse something like that? I'm aware of many ways, but I'm sure you're more than capable of finding on your own. He gives me proper credit. I like that. That's not a good thing. Oh, look at that. We're basically best buds at this point. Honestly, I have no idea how we're not sleeping with each other yet. Oh. Our monthly report. Oh, please. Stand aside, for we're making too much money. We've made a whole $12,000. God, we need to raise our popularity. I feel this needs to be huge before we can make $1 million off of albums, right? I think this is what's going wrong here. So you got $633 from CD sales, despite fucking recording it all ourselves. I still don't understand how that works. We're still paying Wiz. We can't fire him, which is really annoying. That expense is $1,200. I mean, they're hardly fucking paying for it, are they? It costs more to make the album. And then they take 90% anyway. It's not going well. Alright. I guess we need to just play an absolute shitload of gigs and then up our popularity? I wonder if there's a secret way of doing it. Now I'm curious. There's a scene! I was at a bar for our next round of drinks while Dallas, Owen and Bew talked in a corner table. Why the hell was Owen not working? Then I could get these damn drinks faster. Ever the sympathetic one. I didn't see why I had to pay for this round either. If Kirby were here, he would just offer to pay. And then Dallas would give me that look and I would just pay anyway. I felt a hand slip around my wrist. Instantly, I pulled out of it, prepared to scold Bew. But it wasn't Bew. It was some hairy drunkard grinning at me with all his crooked teeth. Nothing wrong with having bad teeth. I don't have bad teeth, and you're in a row. Sick! You're a pretty little thing. That's why I'm imagining this voice. Fuck off. Finally, the bartender had filled our glasses and I wanted to get them and get out of there as quick as possible. I've seen your face somewhere. You in movies? I can't do the accent very well. He leaned towards me with his hand about to touch my hair. His smile was just disgusting. All I'm imagining is like Ozzy Osbourne. He's just gone off real the deep end. Like, not the deep end he's currently in. I'm talking the real deep end. Or Shane McGowan. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful specimen Shane McGowan is. He got dentures, and the dentures are yellow. Bright yellow. Oh. So I tossed one of the drinks right in his face. The beer splashed onto him, and the grin went away. Hey! I said, fuck off, sleaze. Great, so that's someone who doesn't have a drink anymore. I made sure to grab the remaining drinks and hightailed it back to the table. Finally. The newbie is still learning the ropes. Cut him some slack, y'all. I gave the other guys the drinks and opted not to have one, since I just wasted one on some ugly guy's ugly face. Holy shit, that's noble of us. Well, as noble as Robin gets, anyway. Are you alright? What? You look stressed, because I need a damn smoke. As soon as I started to pat my pockets for cigarettes, Bew started to reach into his own. When I pulled out my pack, he laid a lighter on the table in front of me. I didn't even have to search myself to know I didn't have one. I never had one. Who is he trying to be, acting like that? He didn't even make a big deal out of it, because he was still busy with whatever small talk he had going. I shoved my cigarettes back into my pocket. I didn't feel like smoking all of a sudden. For the next hour, I watched Bew delicately handle his glass, having only taken a grand total of 2 sips from it, and here I was as thirsty as I've ever been in my life. So I stuck it away from him. It was brilliant. He didn't even notice, so I took my celebratory chug. He probably noticed. He's just not doing the dignity of actually telling you he did. Beer never tastes as good as you think it will. That is true. Where's... Oh, are you drinking from my glass? I coughed. Looks like we caught a beer thief. Oh, come on, you weren't even drinking it. You seemed amused instead of angry. I won't stand for it. You owe me another. I rolled my eyes. I was really trying to avoid paying for more shit. We have like $15,000 in the bank that we make $1,000 every weekend. I think we're okay. Right now? He smiled and tapped the ash off his own cigarette in the ashtray. I moaned and stood up in a huff. I ordered another drink from the slow bartender and wiped my eyes in frustration. And then someone shouted at me. I spun around, knowing full well it wasn't Bew. Oh, God. But what I didn't expect was 2 of them, and they weren't grinning this time. Hey, bitch, you splash beer on my butt, huh? What is it with everyone using the word butt? Is this secretly said in, like, Minnesota? Jesus Christ. I ain't do nothing to you, did I? I'm not going to do that accent anymore. Let's just nip that one in the bud right away. They lumbered in closer and my body grew tense, on edge. I could smell their breath all too well. Look, just leave me alone. He didn't do nothing. Yeah. I'm not going to ask you assholes again. One of them reached out for me and I instinctively wormed out of his way but fell straight back into the other guy. My curses caught in my throat. He put his hands where they didn't belong. I sprung away from him. I stumbled back into the bar as they hobbled away, laughing. There is probably a trigger warning here. I spun around to face the bar. My face was on fire. I couldn't stop them. Bottoms up. I could hear them laughing. They were still in the bar, laughing at me. Miss? My heart was beating so fast. Robin? I jumped. Bew stood next to me for real this time. He looked like... Did he see that? Oh, God, please don't let him have seen that. What happened? What do you mean, what happened? I got you another drink is what happened. I took the new glass off the counter and handed it to him. He took it reluctantly. What did he want from me? I know, for you to be slightly more open, I guess? He doesn't need to care. Now I gotta go to the powder room if you don't mind. I looked around the room briefly for the guys that harassed me. I saw them and saw them looking back at me, crooked grins on their faces. I stared into the mirror in the bathroom, readjusting my bra and taking in how pathetic I looked. But I wasn't even pathetic. I was strong. I was fierce. Hear me roar or whatever. Oh, come on. It's not a Katy Perry song. When I felt my old self again, I returned to the bar. The first thing I noticed was Bew was not there where he was supposed to be. He was walking back to the table from across the room. I instantly searched for those drunks and I caught them quickly heading for the exit. Not a smile on either of them. Bew said nothing as he slipped to his place at the table. What, did he pay them off or did he tell them to fuck off and die? What did you do? He didn't even look at me as simply as lit up a new cigarette. Oh, God, he didn't plan on doing something stupid, did he? Like evict their family from their houses? Or what did you tell those men? Wait, what men? He finally looked up at me. I told them Bureaucrat LeMay is your boyfriend. The word felt like a brick to the face. Boyfriend? Boyfriend, what a I mean, it's public knowledge, even though it's not true. It is public... whatever. You two are dating? No. No, Owen, we are not. Don't ask, man. Don't ask. I finally let myself sit back down, even though I wanted to call it quits for the night. Sitting next to Bew was the the most comfortable place in the bar at the moment, so I had to put up with his smoke and him fingering his glass. But at least he made an effort to take 3 sips instead of 2 this time. I'm hoping this leads into something different, otherwise that was a slightly out of place scene. You are a beautiful woman. Is he going to tell us to start making more of an effort? I shot through the length of my body. Do you believe me? Why would he just say something like that? Tell me something I don't know. And he just did. Like, just said. My attitude confused him. I was supposed to be the confused one here. Do you think yourself beautiful? I don't think it. I know it. It's a fact. Sky is blue. I'm beautiful. He stared at me, trying to call my bluff. I wasn't bluffing. I was pretty, wasn't I think. Well, I cut my hair. Sterling didn't like it short. He said it was ugly. Then why don't you treat your body with respect? He shook me from my thoughts. What? Now, respect? What? Why don't you wash your hair or wear clean clothes? If you thought yourself beautiful, you would do those things. Huh? You know we're on the road sometimes. We can't take one every damn morning. I managed to. Because you're weird. I sort of get where she's coming from, but there is a happy middle ground somewhere here. It's not either stink and look awful all the time or be a complete perfectionist. There is definitely a difference between the two. And so what? What does that any of that have to do with my self-image? He had to think about it for a moment. He accused me of something, but he didn't even have the evidence to back himself up. Because vanity mirrors have their names for a reason. You've lost me. The vain and narcissistic are in love with themselves, so they look into mirrors often. So are you vain? Pardon? If you're so prim and proper, then that means you think you're really hot stuff, right? No, I think he does it to overcompensate. I'm not. We are talking about you. Making assumptions about people goes both ways. Now it's your turn, you narcissistic bastard. I take care of my appearance for the sake of others. Not so nice being put on trial, was it? Not at all, because you think you're a handsome stud muffin. Probably not the words he would use. I do not think myself unattractive. It's really mildly arrogant way of saying you are. Told you. That does not mean... Maybe I don't get all fancy because I don't give a shit about other people. And not because I don't think I'm pretty. He didn't respond right away. Did he really think he could just judge people so black and white without taking a look at himself? I guess there are more reasons for people's behavior than just what you think. So it seems. I think I won. His pink cheeks were cute. But thanks for saying I'm beautiful anyway. Never can get enough compliments. Oh, oops, guess I'm vain now. He tried not to smile, but he totally did. I did feel a little prettier after he said so. He wouldn't lie about that, would he? God, I hope not. Not that I cared. She keeps stopping to say that quite a lot, doesn't she? Right, we don't want to know anything right now. Oh, look at that. So high up. We're basically in bed with him. I'm amazed we're not. Anyway, hang out and play a gig, because that popularity doesn't get to 1,000 by itself now, does it? Oh god, there's a scene when I hit hang out. You dragged me to a different restaurant for my inspiration. There was flowers and really shitty wallpaper. How does it feel to be in a nice environment, dining on legitimate food? It was cleaner and smelled better, and the waitresses actually smiled at you, but it didn't work as good as the diner. The waitress actually smiled at you? Pizza is legitimate food. It upsets my stomach, so it is not meant to be consumed. Oh, come on, just because it does that to you doesn't mean it's going to fucking do that to everyone, does it? You poor, poor rich boy's stomach. It's peculiar, too, how each of you choose to eat it. You fold your slices, Dallas picks most of his toppings off, and Emmett inhales his. I use a knife and fork. Does that make me weird? I keep reminding him to chew. By the way, if you have to pick one of us up to mimic so you can pretend to be a real person someday, mimic me. Fascinating. You're like some aliens sent here to study us humans. No, it's just a different social background. I'm very observant, as I should be. Well, you know, that's what glasses normally mean. He sighed. I know I don't belong. I know that I'm supposed to do only certain things and go only certain places. Everyone feels the need to remind me. Rich boy stuff, you mean? He cringed at my pet name. Whatever you want to call it. Well, you're summing it with me, so hooray for you. Mummy must be furious. He didn't speak for a long moment. I don't enjoy making her mad. I can't imagine you do. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. She's still my mother and I care for her. I only wish that I didn't have restrictions. What are your restrictions? Tell us. I wish I could enjoy things like pizza. Oh, come on, what? You want to be like the common people? What are you, Jarvis Cocker? I stood up immediately and looked down at him. Then why are you still at this joint? We bought a couple slices from a street vendor. Bew delicately handled his slice with both hands. It's very large. Hey, you're not... Oh, okay, not that. Fold it... Sorry, I thought he was looking at something else. Fold it and it will fit in your mouth. Like this. I demonstrated. Bew watched with fear. Your turn. He lifted it to his mouth, holding a napkin under his chin. Shove it in, go on, it won't bite. He bit off the end and chewed. He swallowed and coughed. I'm not sure what you people see in it. Welcome to Earth, buddy. Please enjoy your stay. His stress went up because we taught him how to eat pizza. Alright, well, at least we're at, like, you know, 100% with him. I'd want to hang out with him again, but we really need the popularity. We'll just do it. Yeah, goddammit. Okay, well, you know, his stress at least didn't go up this time. Alright, back to relaxing, everyone. And, hang on, actually, before we do that, look at our pitiful CD sales. We need to get huge. So, new plan, we go up in popularity, which has gone down to 326 from 330. I'm just all sorts of triggered. Alright, well, we need to play a shitload more meetings, so see you when the next scene happens or when something interesting happens. We played a few gigs and there's another scene. I nod on the end of my pencil, staring down at the blank page in front of me. Well, it wasn't completely blank. There was a bitchin' drawing of a dragon eating a shark. Sounds like the setup for an awful movie. I see we're in a terrible diner, though. Not terrible, but, you know, that's the way it's described in this game. Emmett left after I told him to beat it an hour ago. It was 4 hours past his bedtime and he was drooling on the table. I had to write in a loud place, otherwise the silence would be filled with the praise of the guys for writing such an awesome possum song. You wrote I hope you mean good as an Australian. And now I couldn't write a damn word, even with Emmett gone. I had feelings I could write about, yeah, but none of that was coming to me now. I made a big thing about Bew writing songs that came from within him. And I couldn't even muster a single emotion of my own as inspiration. I was such a hypocrite. You can't just summon it on will. Occasionally it will be lacking. I could never top Dreamcatcher, because I never wrote it to begin with. I mean, it's only a fucking 3 3/4 star song. You probably can. I placed the pencil in my teeth and tried to draw a circle without my hands. I almost did. Found you. The pencil tore across the sheet and dropped out of my mouth. Don't know him. Can't say I know who this is. A tall, grungy man cast a shadow over the small booth. He looks scary, a little too much like Sterling with those shades for my taste. Who the hell are you? Don't play my song. I should have known. I should have immediately after seeing his stick body and just rolled out of bed appearance. This is the man I slept with, and it is the same man I danced with, and the same man who wrote that song. I stood up, crumpling my blank paper into a ball. You lied to me! He pulled his sunglasses off with a gloved hand. A gloved hand. We should have noticed he was a musician. But I could already see him glaring at me through them. His look would have been pretty fierce and commanding had his eyes not been so bloodshot. He looked like a druggie. Figures, I attract the best kinds. You told me you weren't a musician. He hesitated. I'm not. Then how could I be playing your song? I know my music when I hear it. If you make music, you're a musician. We heard some mumbling from the booth next to us. He put his glasses back on, his expression unchanged. Don't play it. Fat chance, it's our song now. That chicken scratch just got us started. Hopefully that logic would stand, and I wouldn't have to go to court to testify about that horrible, horrible night. I mean, you're so much in the wrong. You know it's someone else's song. Alright, we'll keep selling it, but we won't play it anymore. There you go. It was on my body. It was mine, right? Christ, I was trying to rationalize this. You're playing it wrong. I scrunched up the paper in my hand into a tighter ball. What? Wrong? That was the best damn song on our set list. I worked so hard getting it to sound the way it did. It was... The band told me it was perfect. They say a lot of things. I know where I've seen you. The woman in the next booth turned around to us, her excitement catching everyone's attention. You're Seth Wyndham, the pop star. Can we have your autograph or something? Seth Wyndham. I don't even know who that's supposed to be parodying. Is it supposed to be parodying someone? I don't know. The man looked away with an ugly expression. A pop star? Wait, the kid star, Seth Wyndham? I started laughing. He screwed up his face further. No. That spunky happy boy singing on the kids channel when I was younger, that was him? He didn't look anything like that anymore. Well, you know what they say, people on the Disney's channel and so on. Christ. Well, and Nickelodeon. Look at Ariana Grande. Woo! And Miley Cyrus. Oh. Apparently going bad is a wonderful career choice. I don't know why, but it must be. He glanced around the restaurant nervously and then turned to leave without one more word to me. Does this mean he doesn't care anymore about the song? I felt my blank song sheet in my hand. Hey! Crap, where'd he go? Why was I rushing after him? I just barely caught a glimpse of him after he ducked into a subway entrance. He was walking real fast, like he was trying to escape. But he chased me down. I hopped over the turnstiles and ran after him as I attempted to stop him from completely disappearing. You're going to get stopped by security. He turned around, but his face dropped back into the stupid, condescending one I saw back at the diner. You coming home with me? This guy. I'm not even close to being drunk enough. Then piss off. What a mouth! This man was definitely not that sweet-chest boy anymore. Yeah, drugs and alcohol are a wonderful thing. It was kind of funny watching him act so dirty when all my memories of him were as a twinkling teen. They said child stars get messed up in the head. Well, he certainly was living proof. I'm not sure I'm sure everyone does, but... Seth Wyndham, huh? I screwed the famed poster child for Rascal Radio? Shut up. I was shouting pretty loudly, and the other people on the platform looked around to see what I was rambling about. What's that show you were in? Danny Uncanny? How many episodes did it last? 1.5? A couple people muffled their laughter nearby. You think that's funny? Oh shit, he's taken his glasses off. Now it's serious. He flung his words at the bystanders. Their smiles disappeared instantly. Luckily, a train pulled up and the waiting passengers fled inside. The doors closed without Seth even turning around to look at it before it left. We were the only ones left at this late hour. I was a little intimidated. A little. I'm hoping the doors aren't going to close on us. It's the same for everyone. What's that? It's the same for everyone. It's the same for you. You're just like every other shit singer out there, singing what you're given, doing what your producer says. Now, wait a minute. Exploiting fans for an extra dime, living on bullshit like it was the air you breathed. We don't do that, other than the... Alright, maybe a few times we've gone a bit out of line. Maybe. God, this guy's condescending. You're nothing but fame whores. I ain't no whore, you fucker. I pushed him back a step. No one calls me that and lives. Yes, you are. A fame whore like you? No, I don't care about that shit anymore. And one day you're gonna realize that's all you did. Shit. My fist lunged for him and crashed into his chest. His sickly body jerked back in response, twisting to keep balance. He wasn't nearly as tough as he acted. But I held my hand in pain afterwards, still trying to mutter curses through my teeth. God damn it. When I looked up from my hand to see his reaction, he had already completely recovered. He didn't even act like I just punched him into last Wednesday. People surrounded us again, and I felt my cheeks grow hot. It wasn't embarrassment, was it? It was more like rage. Pure rage. He was done with me. He brushed past me with such force I almost forgot how much my hand hurt, and his lack of reaction didn't even make it worth it. But even he moved quickly to get on the train that just arrived. I chased him down. Like I said, nobody lives. This isn't going to end well. Are we going to end up fucking sleeping with him again? Running away? He stopped and whipped around to glare at me like I was the devil incarnate, when really I was already looking right at him. I hope you crash and burn. Hard. I was ready to grab him by his hair and yanked him off that train, but the doors were already closing. No one will ever top you, Danny. I watched his eyes flare wide from indignation and his lips curl into a snarl. But the doors were closed and the train was moving, and that dickweed was racing from me as fast as the subway could take him. Yeah, you better run. God, I hope he doesn't press charges. He probably has enough money to if he wanted to. Maybe we should not play that song anymore. I waited for the next train in front of the same people who saw that. It was probably awkward for them, but I was too busy thinking about everything I did was not shit. I wasn't a fame whore. I couldn't be. I liked what I did. I liked music. I was a musician, and I could admit it. Maybe a pompous, pretentious one, sure. Well, we got somewhere. We learned that playing that song constantly was a bad thing. And... should I keep playing it, guys, Smiters? Should I keep playing it? Let me know. I guess we'll tally the vote next episode, huh? Whether I play it or not. There's probably a to be or not to be pun in there. I can't be asked to think about it now. Next episode! Finger needs to be here for this to be punctual. Then it's in front of my face. It needs to be there. Next episode.